Hey guys, Sen here. In this ongoing raid weekend, I have been pushing for a new high score, and not only did I achieve that, but I got what is quite possibly the nicest score you can get. You can see there at number 1. I won't read it out loud in case YouTube is listening, but I swear on my life I wasn't even intending to get that exact number. It just happened. I just can't help but be this good, and if you want to learn how to get this good at the game, I'll be streaming live this Friday at 6 p.m. EST, so make sure you stop by. But let's hop into the replays and see how I got here. Now, in order to reach insane scores to begin with like that, you have to be setting up the base with a different account, and so that you can come in with your main account to get the bulk of the capital gold on the finishing hit. Against this barbarian camp, I'm sending in sleepy archers. We always ×2 or ×4 speed through these attacks as they're super slow and boring to watch. But I see that against this barbarian camp, there is a huge weakness in that the entire backside of defenses is all ground targeting defenses, and so the defender has basically thrown away all of their air targeting defenses on the first few layers. And so I can easily push into that with archers and grab all 3 air bombs, the rocket artillery, a bunch of air defenses, as well as I correctly guessed that the 3 Mega Hin Teslas are going to be besides the district hall in those 2x2 gaps. And so even though this is an extremely high level barbarian camp with a level 5 rocket artillery and this level 5 air bombs, and I'm hitting it at capital hall level 9, which is one of the worst times to hit something like this, I'm going to be able to gut this base on this first attack, and my second finishing hit with a flying fortress is going to be super easy. Never do this on your barbarian camps because air is usually the way to go, so you don't want to be throwing out all of your air defenses in the same place like this. After I'm done with my archers and zap down this air defense and rapid rocket combo on my second attack, there's just not going to be much left on the base. And you can see there on the top left, available loot, there's still over 6,000 capital gold that I'm going to come in for my second attack. And this was actually my last attack on this account. So this was the magical attack that got me to that magical number. I sent in the flying fortress to start it on that rocket artillery. It's going to pick that off. And then there's going to be a Mega Hin Tesla there as well, and a rapid rocket that I'm just going to try to beat through that real fast with a rocket balloon. I have 8 rocket balloons, and after I zap down the rapid rocket and air defense, like I said, I even grabbed the last Mega Hin Tesla like that. There is just 2 air defenses, and then 2 spear throwers over here, and then 2 spear throwers over here. So 4 spear throwers left on the base, and I have 6 rocket balloons and a flying fortress that is still healthy. We're gonna fast forward through this because the flying fortress is also pretty slow moving through the base. But yeah, this base is absolutely gutted. I'm gonna get a nice chunk of bonus gold. Every piece of gold mattered on this account, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get that score. But yeah, this base was super easy because the defender decided to throw out all of its air defenses. Don't do that in your own bases. Now, this next barbarian camp has a different weakness from the last one. The last one decided to group all of its air targeting defenses in one place, but this one has decided to put all of its major splash defenses, with the exception of this easily accessible giant cannon from the first attack. They're all in this one section of the base that we can just tank with a P.E.K.K.A. On the second attack. So against this base on the first attack, we're coming in with rocket balloons, and we're trying to set up for a hog attack, and so we're trying to target the ground targeting threats to our hogs on the base. So these multi-cannons over here, this giant cannon especially, we're going to take that out with one more pack of rocket balloons. But you can see down in the troop bar, we have 2 heal spells. Those heal spells are not going to be for our rocket balloons because heal spells last 2 attacks in the clan capital. Those heal spells are to set up for our hog raiders. The barbarian camp, even though this base has thrown out a bunch of its slash targeting defenses over here, there's still a bunch of bomb towers and multi-mortars that you just need so many heals to get through these, even when they've decided to throw out all of its major splash defenses in one place. So those heals are going to come in really important for the second attack. This first attack, we're just trying to pick off as much as we can, and we have a bunch of rams as well. Those rams, the purpose of those are to go forward and try to test for some traps for our hogs on their entry. But at this point, we can just fast forward from here because there's really not much left to show. We just have one more rocket balloon in the camp, and we have to figure out where we're going to drop the heals I'm planning to drop the heals, the first one as I enter towards this first rocket artillery, and the second one is probably going to be over this first bomb tower and towards this giant cannon, just in case one of those major splash defenses don't get tanked for. I want to be sure that my hogs are standing in heals so that they don't all get blasted at once, because defenses in the clan capital, especially the splash defenses, can be extremely nasty. So we send in that ram first to help tank the cannon and the spear thrower for our P.E.K.K.A so that it doesn't take too much point defense fire. And now we're going to start in with our hog raiders as the P.E.K.K.A starts pushing in, and you're going to see that P.E.K.K.A is going to tank basically everything until it gets in range of that level 1 rocket artillery dead zone. It gets one shot off, but like I said, we had that heal on top of our hogs, and it's healing our hogs up to full backup, and now they're just going to push their way through. That P.E.K.K.A is even going to help take out those super giants down there, which is really nice. Now we're going to help take out that last giant cannon on the base, and we're going to drop in our next heal. Look, we still have 2 more heals, and we're going to drop in that next one over this next big section of defenses with a bomb tower and a bunch of point defenses over here. And then we send in a ram up there to help tank the Mega Hin Tesla so we can help sneak in our last pack of hogs to help take that thing out. And we're going to drop in our last heal over these last 2 bomb towers to try to keep our hog raiders topped up through the backside of the base. Now, this replay gets kind of close because there's quite a few bombs on the back end, but you're going to see we're going to have just enough to push through this. And there was about 7,300 capital gold on this base left over from the first attack. So I got a healthy chunk of capital gold on this attack. Now I don't just want to show barbarian camps, which is all I hit on my main account. So we're going to switch over and hit a builder's workshop on a different account where I start off with a couple of rams to help pull a bunch of zap traps. They pull so many zap traps, and then afterwards I drop in a bunch of rocket balloons in behind to help push through all of those defenses on that opening trap that the defender has set for us. And then after we bust through those opening sections, we drop in a barbarian to help clear some trash and then work our way around with rocket balloons because we want to finish off this base with some rocket balloons. So we're going to try to pick off a bunch of the air defenses. And so actually against this base, it's very similar to that first barbarian camp where the barbarian camp threw all of its major splash defenses for air in one spot. This base has also put its blast bow and air bombs all in this one big compartment, as well as a bunch of rapid rockets and air defenses all here as well. But unlike that barbarian camp that had a bunch of cannons and spear throwers guarding that section of the base, this base builder has decided to just throw all of those high value air targeting defenses out in the open without any protection. There's just a spear thrower and a multi-cannon on the entry, and then after that there's just not that much ground targeting coverage down here to cover these air defenses on the base. And so we're actually coming in with a really cool plan with some cannon carts and some giants with a heal that we have brought on this first attack to try to push through that opening in the wall that I opened up with a ram. And we're going to finish off this base with rocket balloons afterwards. We have a bunch of zaps to set up for our finishing hit where we're going to zap down this section of air defenses and these spear throwers and this air defense on the bottom side. And you're going to see we have basically just surgically removed all of the air targeting defenses on this base. We're coming in with a couple of cannon carts. Notice how I dropped the giant far to tank the blast bow, and then this cannon cart closer in to help tank that multi-cannon with the barbarians, so that multi-cannon isn't going to be DPSing down our giants. It's going to get distracted on those barbarians from the cart. And so even though that the cannon cart got a huge nerf a couple of months ago, I think now, where it now attacks slower on the opening hit, and so it's not a great option in most cases, as long as you can find the right spots for it where there isn't that much ground targeting defenses and a bunch of good air targeting defenses in the area that they can help snipe through. The cannon carts can still get a lot of value. They've already pushed through 2 air bombs, now a 3rd air bomb, a blast bow, and a bunch of air defenses, and they're going to push their way even further. The cannon carts have quite a bit of HP even when they don't have any tanking and they're outside of the heal. they have quite a bit of juice to help push through another air defense, and they're going to walk down and push through another rapid rocket on the backside. We're already working in with our rocket balloons on the right side to help take out that first section. We also had a couple camps of archers in case my cannon cart wasn't going to walk down and take out this air defense over here. So now that's coming in really clutch. They took out the district hall, and now they're going to work their way down and snipe that air defense away from any ground targeting defenses. Now we have 4 more rocket balloons, and there is like nothing left on the base. Now there's only a wizard tower and a spear thrower. So we basically brought 8 rocket balloons, and we're going to keep almost all of them alive through the end of the attack. One of them got picked off by a zap trap. Another one died to the spear thrower fire. But other than that, all of them are swarming into that last wizard tower. And yeah, this base is absolutely smashed. You can see how I was able to sort of just pick apart the base and just surgically remove all of the air targeting defenses so that I could come in with some rocket balloons and just easily finish off the base. I hope you guys enjoyed today's replays and that awesome score I was able to get. Getting good at attacking in the clan capital is all about spotting the various weaknesses in bases and knowing just how to exploit them. And one more reminder that there will be a stream right here on YouTube Friday, November 11th at 6 p.m. EST. I hope to see you then, but don't forget to like and subscribe, and take care.